Alright, hello everyone. So, unfortunately, I was not able to find the Rock Hawk plushie, but I did find this lad over here, so I think that'll actually work out for all of us. So, let's get back into the gym. Hunterwoman, what you got for us? Gymnasiums, such artificial places. You seek to grow strong. Why do so in a building full of machines? Yeah, go outside and play with the machine trees that exist out there. You do realize what universe you're living in, right? One should train directly from nature, climbing trees, swimming up waterfalls, and wrestling bears. Bear wrestling? Alright, now you're speaking my language. That means the fight back are clever, though. I'll give them that. Don't fight back, they just sit there. Avatar is oh, shit, you're right. I did not press the virtual camera button. Good observation. Very much part of the stream. Why Jopin by Quentin. Alright, sounds cool. Oh, and it's got the Joe seal of approval from Flashman. Let's go. I'm also going to try lugging this giant lad around for this stage. I'm sure it will not get in the way at all. Obvious secret is obvious, but, you know, very nice regardless. Mr. Q. Ooh, we're gonna hit the Q zone? No, from site director, the organizers have labeled Project America as a failure and are shutting it down. Due to this, the site is to immediately be abandoned. Please be considerate, do not steal any valuables, and instead return them to their rightful owners. Yes, just like all good Americans would. Definitely, Funny you bring up TF2, actually. Maybe some people might be aware, but I did actually see that the Scream Fortress, the Halloween event for Team Fortress 2, did actually get launched this week. And, you know, normally I had kind of stopped caring about those just because it's mostly an excuse for cosmetics and some mid-maps. But I did just see a video today of some friends screwing around on the newest map, and there is one that allows you to take the man versus machine PvE horde mode upgrades into just a regular, like, 3 capture point map, and oh my god, I want to play that so badly. It looks like the worst, like, there's so many good, like, BM tactics within that. Like, the thing that was being shown off in the video that I watched was, like, you could take the Pyro's rocket, thermal thruster, thing, land near people to, like, fully stun them. They can't attack anymore. And then you can also use a, it's called the potion upgrade to, turn into a pumpkin buster, a sentry buster from MVM. And just blow up on them. It is a disgusting, disgusting tactic, and I want to do nothing more than do that to some people. I'm absolutely going to be at least playing that on my own, and if I have time when the Sweet Home, if I finish Sweet Home early, I'm absolutely going to try to stream that. I haven't been this excited to play TF2 in fucking years. MVM map, a CP map? No, worse, they made a CP map. Or, well, you know, someone on the Steam community made a CP map. Valve doesn't make games anymore, they make money. But, you know, they took someone's community CP map and decided, or well, and in that community map, that person had enabled some MVM powers, and yeah, insane things have resulted from that. It actually feels kind of alive and in theme with Team Fortress 2 again after so long of it feeling a little bit out of step. Crashing a sidekick, largest lad, very true. New taunts are cool. I haven't actually seen any of them. You know, that at a certain point, TF2 just got too many cosmetics. Like, I understand it's Hat Fortress 2, it's half of the purpose of the game, but also at the same time, like, I literally cannot keep up with them anymore. Like, I couldn't be bothered to try to keep up with them anymore, I think is the better way of putting that. Like, I don't know. I'm sure you can find almost anything now for, you know, whatever aesthetic you're looking for. I'm sure. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely too much for my brain to catalog. What do these guys do? I've just been shooting them the entire time. Alright, well, you'll take care of yourself. Got a new pet. Yeah, I did. Baba is pet. Baba is large. I love him. I mean, I saw this, and it was so obnoxiously large. Like, how could I not? Like, how could I not? Okay, that's actually a pretty cool challenge. It's actually a little bit... I mean, it wasn't that hard in retrospect, but it was at least cool to be required to jump, you know, precariously on a moving platform to take care of two otherwise easily dispensable enemies. I will say the Joe variety isn't really wowing me in any sense. I mean, most of them I can just mow down before they begin to do any of their unique things. Yeah, this is actually why I don't use plushies. There's too much. It's unoptimal, you know? There's just real estate on the screen that I'm not seeing. But how could I not show this one off for anybody who hasn't gotten the Baba Is You plushie? Been introduced in Jungle Inferno, completing breaks one of the modes. Unsurprising, it's happened a second time. Yeah, no, fair. But I mean, to be fair, I don't even think this upgrade is in MVM, the one that actually stuns enemies when you land near them. I'm pretty sure this is exclusive to this community nonsense. One of the other community nonsense things that was introduced was you can upgrade Engineer to be able to build 5 extra mini sentries. So, or I mean, you know, the quote-unquote disposable sentry upgrade, right? So it's a little worse than a regular mini, but still, the fact that you can just completely fill like a room with like 5 of them plus your own sentry is gross. And it's exactly the kind of horrible, chaotic thing that I want to try. It's a shame I couldn't quite... okay, I couldn't quite get through this section here as gracefully as Ilvokare did, but that's okay. We'll get through it in our own way. Alright. Oh. Oh, that's not fair. I want that. Where the hell is Hornet Chaser when you need it? Where the hell is my jump when I need it? Can equip multiple instances of a plushie would have had to have a Baba shield. True. You should, whenever, you know, I should replace the water shield sprites with the Baba Is You plushie. That would be true Baba shield. Gotcha capsule. Well, and you know, yeah, this thing for the plushies. Oh, okay, wow, I'm actually really struggling with this segment. I'm blaming the plushie, even though it is obscuring my view, even though there's nothing important behind me. Can't be my fault. No siree. Okay, maybe just take this slowly for a second. Wait, there we go. Good. Ooh, that's smart design, too. The Joe is off-screen and couldn't shoot it. Alright. Let's see. What else can I stall for time with? Let's see. This weekend, I cooked, as usual. I made burgers, which isn't too exciting. But burgers are, for some reason, even though I consider myself like an accomplished home cook, I suck at making burgers. I absolutely cannot like make it as good as like even you know, fast food restaurant could do it. They don't quite come out as like, you know, well done hockey pucks or anything stupid like that, but it's like, you know, not enough browning for my liking. Flavor feels a little lacking, and like what else is wrong about it? I don't get a nice... If I try to go for a nice, you know, crust on the outside, I always end up with an overdone inside. And, you know, I don't know how I can screw up something this simple. But, I mean, it's not, you know, completely ruined. But, you know, I don't know how I can not perfect... Or not be able to get, like, right something that's so simple. I feel like the fact that I can make way more complicated dishes should immediately give me a free pass to making burgers correctly, yet somehow I'm unable to get it right in a pan. If I was in a grill setting, like that would be like completely, that would be impossible to fuck up. But you know, given the home kitchen setup, I still managed to find a way. Probably best didn't spend time on that. Well, you know, that's what the community is for, right? They can do the Baba is shield. If we can have, you know, custom sprites be designed, then I'm sure we can also have, for custom costumes be designed. I'm sure somebody could also manage to get into the game files and make custom... Wow. The shield attacker actually scared me. I can't believe I just fell for a shield attacker fake out. Huh. I'm kind of in awe. That was actually really good design. I don't think I've ever been intimidated by one of those frail little bastards. Well, they won't get me again. Hopefully. Alright, sweet. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's... I wish I could slide... Oh, I could just walk. Okay. Alright, we're getting into very dangerous parkour territory. Tons of spikes everywhere. This has... If this isn't the conclusion to the level, I don't know what is. You... No! 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 Damn it! Now I have to do this all over again! Oh, we'll do it again later. For any of you say anything, this level is not meant to pander to Flashman, since I was playing this level before I even knew Flashman was a judge. Fair enough. This teleporter will teleport you directly into the boss room, not the room before it, because key solutions to annoying bugs are the way of life. The go-to burger's medium rare soyline cup, cheddar, fried egg, maple aioli, top of the pretzel bun. That does sound good. All of those components sound very delicious. I did caramelized onions with mine. Did caramelized onions with mine. I also mixed in some garlic into the meat. Okay, this is the wrong boss to have Baba on. Oh my god. Baba is taking up, like, nearly a fucking third of the boss arena. Yeah, good. If I had infinite time, I would probably do, like, mushrooms or something, too, but... okay. You're gonna just... Okay, I actually have to take the bosses out like, together, damn. You can't do this to me. You can't make me fight bosses evenly. What about the strategy of completely deleting one of them? Oh, I'm not gonna survive this. Yeah. Chance of being scared by a shield attacker is low, but never 0. Apparently, I used to think it was 0, but I guess I have empirical evidence otherwise. Keep the randomized sprites for everything in the game, so I mean there's a chance to get Baba Shield? Ooh. True. I might have to try and fish for that and get a nice screenshot of it. Alright. Yeah, it is not the time to learn how to dodge the Devil Susie attack here. Too much Baba. Speaking of... Oh, damn it, it's this attack, right? Oh, you counter anything? No? Oh, no, the spark goes over there, too. I see. I understand now. Speaking of randomness, something cool I actually found over the weekend. Apparently, Mega Man randomizers exist. I saw a little, like, race, a VOD of a race between 2 people doing Mega Man 2 randomized. Now, that's something very much up my alley. Not necessarily Mega Man 2, but, you know, The idea of a randomizer like that. I definitely want to go do that. Baba is just trying to help. Well, Baba needs to know that sometimes his help is not required. Alright, well, let's see. I liked that level. It was... I mean, I was a little bit bored of all the Joes. The Joes didn't really do a whole lot, but the fact that, or, you know, well, at least to differentiate themselves from each other. They were all different, but it just didn't feel like it. For the most part, I could just dispatch them. But good token challenges, aside from the one that I missed, actually, stellar use of Shield Attacker. Can't believe I'm saying those words. I never thought that that sentence would come out of my mouth, but very good use of Shield Attacker. Music was, I mean, it was good. It was fitting. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I remember liking it. Boss was fun. Had a defined pattern, yet one that, you know, takes a while to get used to in a confined area. What else? I think those are the things I can really say about it. Any negatives I can think of was besides just the Joes kind of getting a little stale after a while. No, I think everything else worked pretty well. The aesthetics, maybe the aesthetics were a little plain. I wasn't a fan of just kind of black and dark green on stars. Felt a little bit boring, but it wasn't, you know, awful either. It was pleasant to look at least. And yeah, the moving platforms are pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. Seen Mega Man X randomizers before as well. Kind of rough if your armor locations are woefully out of order. Yeah, I can only imagine the absolute torture that people feel when it's like, oh no, what am I doing without my dash boots? What am I doing without the thing that makes this series the series? But the randomizer I saw was, it was pretty neat. I mean, it didn't really, I guess maybe with the rule set that they were playing under, I only watched one of the 3 tournaments, or one of the 3 rounds they were doing, and they were doing different rules for each round apparently. But like, with one of the rules that they were working with, or not one of the set of rules they were working with at the very least, the stage geometries didn't seem to be randomized at all. I mean, I guess to a certain point you can't just randomize Mega Man stage geometry because then it becomes impossible. But, you know, without a little bit of variance, it felt maybe a touch boring in that aspect. But, you know, all the enemies being swapped out and the weapons doing slightly having their physics messed with, and especially the bosses were actually really interesting to be different. There was one instance with Woodman had leaves that had the falling leaves from the ceiling had negative velocity, so they left the screen instantly. And because Woodman fires his shield like as the leaves leave the screen, it makes it so that he fires just like the shield like very quickly, but also the shield was like super slow. So like you ended up basically, Woodman was this just entirely different fight of he was basically just spamming the shield projectile at you, but it's a slow one, so the whole arena just becomes trapped essentially, and you somehow have to dodge through Woodman. It's messed up, but honestly, it's really cool to see that just completely reframe how a boss like that could work out of just a, you know, randomized code on the fly. Weaknesses were also randomized. Yeah, one of the competitors absolutely screwed themselves because they didn't realize that Flash Stopper was that Woodman boss's weakness, and they just kept throwing themselves at the stage like 3-4 times in a row, trying to redo it with like the separate weapon, the other weapon they picked up, and just it was a sad thing to see. Like this second competitor just lagged so far behind the first place guy because of that decision. It was unfortunate. X4 randomized made all upgrades are obtainable. Oh, yeah, that would be a little bit less of an issue then. So let's see. Another level dedicated to Sniper Joes. Not the most original concept. Gotta agree. The surprisingly truthful names, a breath of fresh air, making a concept I generally enjoyed. Joes were distinct visually, so you know what they're actually doing. Every level piece is introduced well. There's some excellent setups in here. Personal highlights go to the Joes on count bombs, a number of the footholder rooms, and the third token. Yeah, to actually make Mega Man fans enjoy a footholder, that's actually pretty surprising as well. In general, this was fun to play, which is vital for a level. Yeah, who wants to play something that's no fun? Looks at League of Legends players. But while introductions are solid, the difficulty's kind of skewed. The third foot holder in the level is a bit of a difficulty spike, but my biggest issue is everything does too much damage. Green Joe should be dealing 5 points every time. I don't know, considering that you can honestly just blitz the Joes down 90% of the time, I think it's fine that they're doing high damage. Waiting around for foot holders is generally tedious. Come on. I don't understand why every judge is so impatient. Number of times I was able to sneak buster shots through the reflect blocks was a little jarring. Bypassing them with weapons is one thing. What are weapons? That's what weapons are for, but when the general buster is breaking things, it defeats the point. Reflect block should not have been blue in a level that's dominantly blues and greens. Suffice to say, that hurts readability. I generally like the twin Susies. They're well synchronized, boast a creative variety of attacks, and make excellent use of their room. Appreciate that you can't kill half the boss and reduce the remaining fight to tedium, although whether invincibility was the right solution, that's another matter. Yeah, I mean, probably a shared health bar would have been better, but what can you do? Didn't impact things too much. It just felt maybe like a bit of a klutzy solution to it. Not only do they do too much damage, their first impression is terrible. For future reference, don't start a fight with an instant stun attack that drops rocks everywhere. Yeah, I was still a little bit jarred on how to get through that. Double Giant Susie also exists as a bonus boss, which was quite the risk. Dual dev kit bosses very rarely work. But as it turns out, while still definitely messy, Giant Susies sync together pretty well. And I've come stupidly close to perfect running them before, considering how those usually turn out. Much better than expected. Fine stage. I call messing around with double or even triple patching weapon mods on the Mega Man 2 just to see what results would be. Mostly crashing. Unfortunate. No constancy weapons, Deus Ex Machina weapons, Rockman Abnormality, and Quickman's weapon just became shoot hordes of purple Mega Man weapon. It's a well, not quite role-playing as a Infinity Maginian, but, you know, we're almost there. Silly puns aside, it's a pretty nifty level. Taking away the Sniper Joe's shields while keeping them a threat is an interesting idea, which I think worked well here. The layouts and enemy combinations are, for the most part, pretty fun to deal with, even when dealing with enemies on count bombs, which is a setup I normally dislike. There's enough leeway the timer isn't too much of an issue, but it's still pressing. And it's, you know, definitely helped by the fact that the Joes don't have shields. The level has a really good sense of difficulty progression, one or two exceptions perhaps. Any major problems is the foot holder chase near the end. If you mess up only a few times, the foot holder can easily outpace you. Yeah, it is kind of a shame. That is the one risk you run with a challenge like that. Granted, it does come back if you wait around. Depending on where you are, though, it might take so long you might as well resort to using Rush Jet to bypass the section. Yeah, that's why challenges like those are usually accompanied by, like, here's a death wall behind you, so that way if you miss it, you at least, you know, don't feel like you have to jump in the pit. The wall will get you. It's a little psychological comfort for the illusion of choice. Then there's the boss. I'm a bit torn on these two because there's both good and bad aspects, like most of the red one's attacks. While the green one feels a bit more annoying to deal with, aside from his higher contact damage, I think he's mainly the Mirror Buster-esque shield he gets. Makes him untouchable to anything but Break Dash. Since one of them also gains an invincibility effect, you can easily get put into a situation where you'll be forced to wait out the entire attack. I mean, it's one attack. I think it's fine to end up having to wait that out. Granted, that Mirror Buster still gets you pretty good, the fact that the Spark Chaser goes and hits it, and then it comes back to you. It's a bit mean, but it's not unmanageable. Still enjoyed the stage a lot more than the boss fight, and I think the counts more in the long run here. Overall, really solid work. I think the opposite opinion, but that's fine. An army of one. More TF2. TF2 reference? Is that a Devilman reference? Oh my god, one eye? Good aesthetics and music. I really like the Joeifications for the non-Joe enemies that hit home the Joe theme further. Odd decision to remove the shields from the Joes, but include reflector blocks and shield attackers around them. That usually allows for more diverse layouts and more dynamic interactions over normal Joes. It's pretty clever. Though there is a bit of an annoying setup with the room with the Sniper Joe 01, foot holder, and telly spawner. Couldn't find an easy way to get through that while taking no damage. Thankfully, the checkpoint is close. No idea what you're talking about, Patchy, but I literally don't remember that part of the stage. There should be a clear indication of low gravity areas because it can be overlooked. Yeah, it definitely can be. I was thinking in my head when that the long foot holder chase came up, I was like, wait, oh, okay, I'm in low gravity. Yes, I heard the sound cue. The final session with the footholder race can get tricky. Split path room with the one main boss, an extra one should be devoid of enemies. It gets annoying to fight the same 2 Joes every time the player dies to the extra boss. I wish I knew what that was like. Should probably also make it clear where the energy element would be so the player doesn't get kicked out before they can collect everything in the level. Or, you know, make it so that way the Joe doesn't hit me down there and, like, give me another screen to restart if I want to. You know, in case some idiot gets knocked back into the fucking boss grate and you know, hits a checkpoint and can't hit retry. You know, maybe a situation like that might happen every once in a while. 2 giant Susies aren't too bad once you realize you want to focus on taking one of them down. Still, some of the patterns can be impossible to dodge with both of them jumping around frantically. No, it was very possible to dodge everything there. Except maybe the rocks. Maybe the rocks from the ceiling being random you can't dodge. But everything there was definitely dodgeable. The main boss, which amusingly enough is also a Susie lookalike duo fight. Oh. Wrong bosses, I guess. Can really benefit from getting toned down a bit. Although the fight is rather pattern-based, there's no real telegraph to when one of them is going to explicitly move into places. Not everything needs to be telegraphed. I enjoy when bosses have good telegraphs, but also, like, my favorite bosses are the ones that don't have tells, but are just reactable. Like, that's why I love Sheriff Man so much. He mostly does a random assortment of, like, 3 or 4 moves, but then, like, it's not like he's, you know, giving you an obvious tell for each one. He's just doing them, and you have time to react to them. That's the best kind of boss design, in my opinion. The falling rock attack is especially unfair. Yep. Unlike the giant Susie duo, you have to spread your damage evenly. You get a super shield, yes. Until their partners also wiggle down to the same amount. Very durable, yeah. And the ladder is very easy to run out of. All those factors combined make the long fight overstay a little welcome. I suppose it went on for a little while, but I really enjoyed it. How has there never been a robot master called Demo Man? Well, if they went for just Demo Man, then they would probably be stuck in the, I don't know, the fact that demo is, you know, a homonym in English. And if they went Demolition Man, then the police would sue them for, you know, copyright infringement of that one album title. Satire, of course. I know that's not how copyright works, but still. If you actually wanted to pander to me, you wouldn't have used Joes at all. Fortunately, I'm really impressed with how Joes are used here. Combat is nice and fast without shields getting in the way. Invincible blocks are a good replacement for shields. Each type of Joe is handled with care. Good introductions and smart combinations characterize the level. Gimmicks draw the potential of the Joes out, without drawing focus away. You could do without the text boxes breaking the fourth wall. Project America is a particularly odd digression from the theme, unless they're G.I. Joes. But otherwise, the atmosphere is top-notch. Oh yeah, that was a very weird side path. I'm not sure what that was referencing. Beautifully eye-catching locations, pleasantly redesigned Joes, and simultaneously soothing and exciting music give the level a superbly unique feel. I appreciate the simple genius of Joe-themed tellies, foot holders, and shield attackers, which, like the Joes, are used in thoughtful ways that make me forget just how tired I am of those assets. The boss is especially clever, both functionally and aesthetically, and a satisfying conclusion to the level. My only problem is that the optional boss fight beforehand steals its thunder. My initial reaction to the real boss was, oh, this is what the last battle should have been. Other complaints are minor and few. The little propeller platforms kind of bug me. The first screen, care to elaborate? The first screen's the bottomless pit is a skosh more complicated than necessary. Disabling Magnet Beam was the right call, but just say disabled in the boss fight. But it should... Oh, it doesn't? That's weird. Everything else is a treat, from the excellently crafted Count Bomb token areas to the perfectly paced final stretch. If I ever have a lapse in judgment large enough to make Here We Joe again, a completely unnecessary sequel to Joes, I hope it turns out as well as this level. Appreciate the TTYD reference. Yeah, you're welcome. If I had a Switch, I would have played the remake, but I did not. What a surprise, a fun Sniper Joe level. This level has a lot going for it. Very creative setups with generic gimmicks and enemies, and very much has its own identity behind it. You get the general idea behind the level quickly, pulls several great tricks to keep you on your toes, few rough edges. Chasing the foot holder, yeah, you're waiting a long time. The bosses, not a super fan of the optional one. I wish I know what y'all were talking about. As for the main one, a fair bit of this boss is good, but 1 or 2 attacks have 0 tell to them. Okay, but... The Anchor Shield attack having no tell is a particular low point. I mean, I guess, but like... If you know what the Anchor Shield looks like, you're gonna know that that's probably what's going to happen. And if you don't, then you could argue, okay, yeah, like, it's not great, but at the same time, like, why... What's the obsession with being able to have precognition for what every boss does? Isn't the fun of it a boss, like, learning what it does and what it's going to do when you, like, do things to it? Like, come on. Yes, I'm aware, don't shoot it during this potion. The ability to shoot a super fast projectile at its own whim without warning. No. It's not at its own whim. It's when the spark hits it. Didn't appreciate how if you lower one of the pair's HP, it turns invincible. Design blunder. Doesn't reward the player for playing well. Yeah, I guess, but... I don't know. Their attacks work well in combination. The other one becomes kind of a sitting duck without the other. Had these 2 things not been, well, things, I'd love this boss as it stands, I don't. Ooh, bad opinion. Bosses aside, the level itself was great. I really did enjoy this one, good job. I was playing the remake today after I remembered that was still pending. How is it? Like, how is it in, if you have reference, like, in comparison to the original? I mean, I haven't heard anything negative, so I assume, or negative from the general public, so I assume that it's good. But, you know, I, can't know for certain myself. Where the hell is the plushie booklet? There it is. Maybe it's the thing that looks like a plushie. Alright. Get rid of Baba. Baba is rest. Were you aware that in TTYD Spanish translation, Rock Hawk is called Hawk Hogan, and he tells you you're too much of a wuss, go back to playing Smash Brothers Melee? Actually, gold. I think I vaguely remember that in the back of my mind. That sounds familiar. Maybe I didn't remember the Melee bit, though, which, ironic considering just how sweaty Melee is, and how it is absolutely the harder thing to do in comparison to TTYD. I mean, I didn't even really enjoy Melee that much as a kid. I had it, but like the moment that Brawl came out, I enjoyed it because it didn't feel so jank. Now every competitive player would be completely up in arms the moment I said that statement, but oh well, I don't really like fighting games that much. I like funny party games where I throw the Pokeball and suddenly Lugia comes out and I win. Monitoring your heart rate is important for staying healthy and safe exercise. That's why I've decided to propose a way to really motivate people to keep their heart rate in check. Gun? Have a giant heart rate monitor on display here, and have it scan and broadcast gymnast heart rates at random. Blatant intrusion in privacy is sure to make this plan a success, I think. I mean, you'll get heart rates to go up. I mean, if that's your goal, dude. This is the Pulseman to me, damn it. This is the one that I'm thinking of. Playing the Spanish version of the remake, nothing like that. Oh, unfortunate. Shame they must. It's a shame they removed that from the original. Then remake is fantastic, but isn't automatic replaces the original thing. Best comparison: MMX and Maverick Hunter X. Both are good on their own. Yeah, fair. I mean, you know, that's always the optimal solution, right? When you have 2 games that are just equally as good as each other, you know, and they're meant to be the same thing too. Access code or alpha. Okay, Flashman's bronze favorite. Didn't we already see bronze favorite? Wasn't that the puzzle level, or was that his gold favorite? I don't quite remember. But all right, another cool thing from Flashman's catalog. Ooh, those are fun aesthetics. How many weapons are locked? Tornado blow and ice wall. Okay, so that's the things that are flashing, telling me what's wrong. Okay. G-Rev system equipped, so... Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so I can only do it... I can do it 1 extra time while I'm in the air. Okay. Flipped gravity by accident and did not realize what you did. You press up or down to switch. I feel like that just would have been a better thing to put down here. Like... I don't know. I'm looking at the background, but there's no way for me to, like, you know, ascertain that, you know, pressing up is what's going to switch me over. Like, I can guess. I'm an intuitive type of guy, but like, you know, it's very unclear gimmick conveyance. So I would immediately strike the level a little bit for that. Or malfunctioning. I'm sure Wheatley's got it. It's fine. Oh, hey. Metal Storm. I know what this is. And so does Flashman, interestingly enough. I haven't actually played this game, mind you, but it is one of those things that I know has been kind of on my eventually I'll get to list. Buried down there for several years. Okay, are those fake spikes then? No, those are real spikes. Interesting. We'll come back around, I guess. Puzzle level was the gold favorite. Zombie was the silver favorite. Alright. I don't remember the stars actually being different colors, but so be it. Alright, that little henchman's out of here. He's not interested anymore. Alright, well, I mean, this is cool. It's a... Oh, okay, I see. If I just would have kept going, I would have understood what was going on. This is neat. It's, kind of... I'm sure the originality score is going to get hit here a little bit. Also the functionality, just because these controls are a little awkward to work with. But, you know, this is kind of like, what if the Akudama Empire Mothership was level was like, you know, maybe in a level that was a bit more, or in a franchise that's a bit more fitting for the concept. That's a tight, that is a tight flip to make. My goodness. Oh, because I could have just, oh, okay, I could have gotten the other way. All right, understood. Alright, well, I'm having fun. I do think it's... Yeah, the gravity switching is a little awkward, pressing up or down, respectively. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is still a little bit... not natural, not intuitive. Also, I have no idea how... I have no idea how much of the source material is actually being referenced here versus, like... or copied here versus, like, you know, it just being completely original stuff. Still, it's fun, though. No differentiation between favorite icons. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is definitely still kind of like a... For someone who's not paying attention as much as me, I definitely would have appreciated just, you know, some simple silver gold recolors. Would have helped made things actually a little stand out a little bit more to me. Oh, cool, jank. All right, well, I have a knack for finding jank, apparently. No prior knowledge of Metal Storm when first playing this. A lot of Blaster Master Zero vibes during my players fun through. This is weird that I actually... Okay, so I know the title Blaster Master. I don't actually know a damn thing about that game. I don't know what the gameplay is like at all. Is it strange that I know more about Metal Storm than I do Blaster Master? I feel like it is. Alright, well, complete fumble on that situation. And double fumble. Double fumble. Okay, cool. And something here? Nope, just a trap. Gotcha. Boy, when are those tokens gonna start showing up? I'm getting a little bit concerned that I haven't seen one of the 3 tokens yet in the level. Oh, speaking of, complain and you will receive. Well, that game's on foot segments leaves the enemy design. Fair. It is kind of interesting just to see the enemy designs, though. They both kind of look Mega Man, and they kind of don't look Mega Man. Just like how a lot of the Akudama Empire Mothership things, the Magical Girl Doropi enemies didn't quite fit the Mega Man style, but they also yet kind of do. I'm still liking the way it looks, though. R75. Oh, this is the level that I see in Flashman's thumbnail for his judge review videos. Haven't actually looked at this one yet because, you know, spoilers. Okay. Boss that maybe sort of threatens you occasionally. At least he reverses my gravity sometimes. This just kind of feels like a lamer 7 Force, though. Like, it's trying to do the thing that the giant catfish from Mega Man X were doing with the lasers, but in a much less effective and more fair manner. Oh, God, hello. Okay, well, that's different. Now it's turned into the weird tadpole enemies from Battle Network that shoot big waves at you. The spike in difficulty from phases 1 and 2 to this one is unreal. It's not like it's that much worse, but still. Okay, and now we're back to the combo. Yeah, I feel like this goes on for too long, and it has invincibility frames on this final phase. Not a fan of this boss. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely kind of excessive. Imagine trying to do Roa Mithril, like, perfect runs against this thing. Buster only, no charge shots, no damage. It would start to get pretty abysmal. Wait, what? That was that was actually the end, huh? Where the hell did I miss tokens? Ooh, that's gonna be hard to get one. 7 Farce. Oh no! Highest jump in tiers for any single entrant. BBLIR was the top of tier 3 in MaGMML2. Now they're top of tier 14 here. Nice! Good for them. It's actually pretty easy. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm sure I could get used to it. It didn't look like it was impossible, but still. I'm gonna try and look for some of the tokens this time. I can't believe I only found one of them. It's core malfunction, blah blah blah. See if there's any maybe strange looking pits I can jump down into. Tried going in through that way, the opposite direction. So far, just looks all normal. Cool music, though. Oops. Oop, oop, oop. Up and down and up and down. Yeah, there's nothing particularly interesting about going through this way. It's not like it's gonna take me to a secret passage. Nice shot. Very intentional, I swear. Anything else? Let's see. Returning back to that topic of burger condiments of choice. Okay, I was wondering if that would happen. It was, here's a random question. Is anyone else picky about pickles? I only really like one brand of pickles, and I'm not really the type of person who's normally like, you know, brand loyalty for life kind of person, but like, I have only ever enjoyed, at least buying it on my own, Clausen brand pickles. Like, I've had fucking Vlasic and their, you know, extra charming, super cool mascot birds, pickles, and like, those are like actually disgusting. Like, completely vomit-inducing. I can't imagine the mindset of somebody who would actually enjoy eating those. Like, it's just, like, I don't know. They're overly... Like, they have that butyric acid flavor, that disgusting vomity kind of shit that, I don't know, apparently makes Hershey's unique. But, like, that is not a good thing. Did that just fall off? Interesting. Oh, hey. Cracked block. Very well hidden cracked block. Meanwhile, the the Clausen pickles are nice and smooth and delicious, and they've just got that nice little bit of acidity to them. You know, enjoy that. Hashtag not an ad. Just a fan. Loathe pickles, try multiple different ways, can't stand them. Not even the horseradish ones I enjoyed. They're just gross. That's understandable. I mean, for me, pickles is always the most polarizing thing. There are some places where I'm like, oh, hell yeah, pickles. And then there's sometimes where I'm like, oh my god, this is vomit. That's why it's like I have to be brand loyal. I don't ever want to, like, you know, stick my neck out and try something different. I guess this should have been obvious in hindsight. Oh, that's a fun pose. Surprise mech suit noises. Yeah, every time I get pickles, it's a toss-up. It's like really the only food I can think of that's like that. Otherwise, it's like either I hate it, like tomatoes, or, you know, love it, like nearly any kind of cheese. Metroid duplicate. All right. Well, let's see. What were my thoughts on this level? So, it was... First pickles are the unexpected pickles. Oh, yeah. That can just suddenly ruin a day. That's why you got to inspect every single thing before you know, bite on into it. I must look like such a child at work whenever we order like sandwiches for you know, business meetings or whatever, because like they always come with, you know, your meat, your bread, some layer of shitty cheese on it, and then there's tomatoes and there's lettuce on there. I still make it a point to go in there and pick it off before I go and eat any of it on that. I don't care if I look like a 3-year-old. I will not eat tomatoes, and I will not eat lettuce. Those are the most disgusting possible things, and I refuse to ever be surprised by them ever again. Let's see. I found jank in the level, so that would immediately take off from the functionality. Phasing through a wall is generally not very good for that kind of thing. The originality score, it tanks a little bit because it's obviously just referencing Metal Storm. Not sure exactly if it just flat out is Metal Storm or like the Akudama Empire Mothership level, or if it was, you know, slightly different, modified to fit the Mega Man thing and, you know, make a new stage. So without that knowledge, I can't really say too much, but there would, you know, if I were judging, I would do my research and like see, okay, is this like just a carbon copy or is it slightly different? And that would affect how much I would take out the functionality score. Otherwise, and then enemies, you know, I think they fit the Mega Man style enough to not be judgmental. Otherwise, the only thing I could really complain about is that in the beginning, the gimmick conveyance was terrible. There's no reason for me to press up. You should have had a big, like, Nintendo TM flashing light pressing, you know, pointing me upwards, telling me, hey, press up, idiot, or put the text box on the floor instead. And then the boss. It did not need 4 health bars. Even if the first 2 stages were not doing much, it did not need 4 health bars. That is ludicrous. You don't like salad? Yeah, no, I can't stand salad. The first time I ever tried eating a salad, like a whole ass salad without, like, you know, say my mom being like, oh, you know, try this, little baby, try this, you know, try this delicious green thing. The first time I ever tried independently eating a salad was at my high school prom. I couldn't do it. I literally could not do it. I couldn't eat even like a third of the plate. I was like gagging the entire time trying to choke down the cherry tomatoes and lettuce to just look a little mature around my friends. But ultimately I said, you know what? No, fuck this. Can't do it. Bring on the steak. I need the steak right now. It's a shame too. It's not like I, you know, don't eat my vegetables, but it's like literally just give me the cousins of tomatoes and lettuce. Give me bell peppers and arugula. I will eat that shit up, no problem. Lettuce and tomatoes, absolutely the worst possible thing you could put on my plate aside from a Clausen pickle, or a fucking Vlasic pickle. Yeah, I morally play. I tried it out too, but like eventually I was like, no, I can't be an adult. I have to still be. I'll still be a child here. I'm a teenager, right? I'm still in high school. I can get away with this. So, so late grinding Geometry Dash. Ooh, fun. Geometry Dash seems like I'm not really into rhythm games, so I don't think I would ever do that. But, you know, it does seem like a good feast for the eyes, at least. I'm glad you like Salad Zarter. Not all of us are... Most of us are that privileged. I'm the only one who isn't. You have to find a vegetable that say you'd outright enjoy eating. Yeah, that's there's nothing I'm going to like snap into raw, right? Like it's gross, but you know, I've come around more to like using things in cooking where it's like, yeah, you know, a bell pepper when I'm cooking with it, or just any kind of pepper. Yeah, it's great. It's versatile. It's useful and everything. All right, so Mick, what do you have to say about this Metal Storm inspired level? I recognize these visuals. I recognize that bulge. A crossover with Metal Storm, complete with at-will gravity swapping. Considering Gravity Man happened, this is not unfitting, and the G-Rev system handles like a dream. I feel like somebody maybe watched Flashman85, aka Gemini Laser, aka Nathaniel Hoover's Gravity Man video from so long ago. Maybe got the inspiration from there. The introduction is excellent, quickly explaining everything you need to know, and the level keeps things fresh with a small variety of gimmicks and obstacles. Particular props go out to the screen warps. They're an excellent way to get more use from the level space, as well as avoid the problems this would have with ladders. Sadly, the enemies drop the ball, not because they're bad enemies. There's some real clever placement with the first walkers, and the gimmick-type enemies were outright excellent. However, the majority of the enemies might as well be just target practice, especially the wheels. Getting around them can be slightly tricky at first, but they all die to charge shots. As a result, once I understood the gimmick, none of the outright enemies were threats. Heck, I didn't even notice when the walker robots got cannons. Oh yeah, they were slightly purple. The end result can be dull once the novelty wears off, but at the same time, it can be a relaxing way to unwind after a frustrating experience. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a simple level. It's something you can come back to and just be like, ah, that was alright. That said, there's one section that's decidedly not relaxing. Atlantis. The boss is a significant expansion from the original, for better or for worse. The core issue is length. I do agree. The first three take way too long to die for how little they actually do. The first two in particular really don't encourage gravity flipping beyond being tedious if you don't. Final phase is at least interesting. Enjoy the variety here. It's a massive difficulty spike. No thanks to the excessive iframes. Yeah, if the final phase didn't get so much invincibility, I wouldn't be so bothered, but here we are. You like broccoli? I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're the weirdos here for being picky about vegetables. Most human beings tend to enjoy vegetables and bitter flavors. Grim and I seem to be the weird ones around here. I don't really like broccoli in any form, to be completely honest. I'm not sure, you know, what Zerder means by cleaning up with vinegar, but maybe talking about the salad. But no, I can't stand broccoli. It's bitter when you don't cook it very much and raw and earthy, and I hate those kinds of flavors. And then if you do cook it, it tends to just kind of turn into weird mush and still has like the rooty, vegetable-y flavor. I don't know. I can't really quite describe it. I don't like it. And I don't know. It partially, honestly, the disdain for vegetables might also be something to do with the fact that I have the cilantro tastes like soap gene. Chemistry time. The reason that the cilantro tastes like soap gene, or how it works, is that it affects one of your receptors for your taste buds that taste a set of compounds known as aldehydes. And this is not just present in cilantro, but in several other different vegetables and foods. And so your taste of things, mostly leafy green vegetables, is forever going to be affected. It's predominant in cilantro, but it also affects, other things like that. And apparently, I've heard from the chief biosafety officer that I work with at my job, it apparently also affects your taste for dark liquors. So that probably is also why I dislike whiskey. Why I dislike whiskey, cognac, and even beer. It just tastes bad. And Jam Tradition Mushroom Tommy in it videos today. Killing me. That sounds like a good relaxing day though. Full disclosure, I've never played Metal Storm before. If it's anywhere near as good as this stage though, I'll definitely have to rectify that. Gravity flipping mechanics, nothing new. It's hard to think of a stage that pulls it off very well. Yeah, especially compared to a lot of the low tier stages that tried it here and didn't exactly work too well. It's a great way to elevate a simple gimmick. Certain enemies and hazards being affected by flipping gravity adds on a bit of bit. As fire wave generators are present. Based on what little I've seen in this level source inspiration, however, I'll fully acknowledge that some of these elements, mainly enemies flipping with you, seem to be directly lifted rather than being readapted from the game. If anything, that's the stage's biggest shortcoming. It's not exactly original. If I had to nitpick a little more, I'd say the stage is also a bit on the short side, along with being pretty easy overall. I wouldn't quite say on the short side. I think it was perfectly length, honestly. Especially considering with the boss as well. Let's see. Well put together, a lot of fun. More so than anything, though, I think this level proves that you don't need to do anything too complex to make a good stage. All you really need is some solid core mechanic and some good stage design centered around it. Grim, you only eat cucumber if it's in things like that. Sushi rolls. I can't do fish. I hate fish so much, but we've talked about this. Maybe I'll try sushi one day. But cucumbers, honestly, on their own, they're not too bad. I still don't love them, but I could swallow a raw well, hold on, not a whole raw cucumber. That's a different website and a different story. I could choke down cucumber slices. It'd be all right. Have the cilantro gene, but don't hate eating cilantro? You love soap. Grim's a soap eater. Call him out. Soap eater in chat. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's strange. Kidneys are clean. Good for you. I used to kind of have the same, mentality. I'm assuming too much here. I used to also be a little bit of let me back up, not make assumptions in my statement. I used to not like drinking either because of the whole idea of maybe losing a little bit of control, but it never, once I actually started finding things that I enjoyed drinking that weren't just bitter and disgusting, then it came to be like, okay, this is completely fine for me. I, let go of that and was able to just relax every once in a while. Oh, look, a VVVVV reference. Thank you, Patchy. Distaste for beer, give me a flavor of White Claw, daiquiri any day. Beer, yeah, no, beer's just like carbonated bread, but also worse. It probably also helps that ethanol is related to, it is not an aldehyde, but it comes kind of close, and I'm sure that the body's receptors like confuse them a little bit and make it extra bitter. Flipping gravity isn't necessarily uncommon. Here the enemies and stage elements also change depending on your orientation, which is a very neat spin. It is a shame that the Mega Man 5 enemies that actually do the same thing don't show up here. I understand it's not the original game, but like that would have made this elevated even better. Add the weird Suzy things from Gravity Man stage and actually, remind us that this is in fact a Mega Man game. Get more use out of the enemy that already exists. It's very neat spin to it with the blue walking enemies and the red crab-like turrets. It creates a nifty dynamic between the maneuvering and combat gameplay. Oh, they only fire in certain orientation? Didn't even notice. I like the ding indicator of when the railed obstacles are about to approach. Nice extra details. Yeah, it helps telegraph things. Settings are also pretty unique. The futuristic mech theming is something you don't see often. And the only real downside to the stage is that the length is a little on the short side. Certain that more could have been done out of the elements of the stage. They have quite the potential. I also didn't quite like how the 3 tokens were very quickly one after the other, but it's a small complaint. Boss starts out simple, then gradually introduces more complex attack patterns. Simple but very elegant way to implement the stage gimmick into the fight itself. Yeah, but as Shinryu pointed out, you don't really need to bother with it. And the 4 health bars are a lot. Iframes are kind of annoying. Also helps make up for the overall short length. Oh boy, Flashman, this is awesome. No red alcohol above 21. Soap eater, thank you. But anyways, since I'll probably get drunk on the first shot, you'd be fine. It's not that bad. Everyone starts off as a lightweight, but you can maintain a pretty healthy relationship with alcohol. That's something that the people in grad school my coworkers in grad school would actually joke about with me. Some of them were fairly heavy drinkers to cope with how awful graduate school is as a chemistry student. And one day when we was after, we were done with kind of our shift and just kind of hanging around the lab chatting a little bit, or the office of the lab chatting a little bit, I had like one cider on a, fairly empty stomach. And I was already kind of visibly pretty tipsy. Like, I wasn't like a mess, but it was, it was obvious that like my coordination was a little bit down. I was a bit slower to respond to things, and they immediately pointed at me and was like, "Oh my God, Crash has a healthy relationship with alcohol, unlike the rest of us." Let's see. As a standalone level, this checks all the boxes. checks all the boxes for me. A smooth learning curve that subtly teaches the player before testing that knowledge. Novel, varied, increasingly difficult, fair, and mildly puzzle-oriented challenges with properly secrets. Length, checkpoints, power-ups, and two-way transitions that are thoroughly appropriate. A boss with the right number of health bars was trying to accomplish. I won't agree with that one. Check-a-rooney. As a crossover level, this rocks my sockets. That's gonna be a line in the next Mega Man game. Metal Storm was the first game to satisfy the gravity-flipping hunger I had after playing Mega Man 5, which, hey, I know that. I've taken elements from the NES Classic and integrated them into Mega Man. Not only do the graphics capture the messy, futuristic vibe of the source material, a little hard on the eyes because it's accurate, it's not that bad. They elegantly incorporate some Mega Man aesthetics. The enemy designs are outstanding in this regard. Similarly, the music sounds just like Metal Storm, but cleaned up to feel more at home in a Mega Man game. Once I'm completely on board with the weapon lockouts, they ensure the main gimmick is always relevant, and I appreciate that you've shown up front what you can and cannot use. I would have appreciated Ice Ball still being there if you could at least program it so that way Ice Ball could flip with you. That would be fun, but I could see why, it's gone as well. The only faults I can find are technical ones. Frost projectiles should ideally disappear when the boss dies. Time it right, and you can flip yourself into the floor or cause line-guided enemies to fall off-stream when they spawn. Not obligated to care about the issues. Although, hey, I also managed to flip myself into a wall, so... seriously, thank you for making this level. Leaders from the Earth Nation will now bestow you a reward greater than any medal, and more valuable than all the gold known to man. You have earned 11th place in MaGMML3. I support you, Super Citizen. You have served Super Earth quite well. Take the soapiness in cilantro, but not dissuaded by any other vegetable, though. No, cilantro heavily dissuades me. I mean, it makes... I mean, eating Mexican food is an unimaginable nightmare for me, because Mexican food uses cilantro, tomatoes, and lettuce quite heavily. At least, in America. And literally all three of those things are poison, in my opinion. They're pure poison. So, what the hell am I to do? When I basically have to make my own Mexican food at home, but because I wasn't raised with that cultural tradition, I barely know how, and every time I do, it kind of comes out mediocre at best, which is a real shame. Alcohol, are you familiar with the story of Michael Malloy Crash? Oh, yeah, a salmonella enjoyer, I see. Yes, I am aware of the story of the man who drank a whole ton of methanol that really... The guy who was a bum and several other people tried to kill him and with a fake insurance policy on his life by feeding him methanol and other expired things, and drank so much methanol yet somehow didn't die until they just ran him over with a car. Or actually no, they had to carbon monoxide him to death, or dioxide, one of the two. Oh, true, Flashman is super smiley here. That's good. I will make that a live reaction as well. Never mad? Becoming American help. Never had Mexican food. But Spanish food, though? I mean, I guess that's a little bit more understandable where you're coming from, but, really? There's none out there? None. That's a little hard to believe. You've got to be able to find some, even if it's not great. I mean, hell, even Japan tries Mexican food, and they fuck it up entirely, but, you can argue that there's, some Mexican heritage in the meal you're eating. Getting his rock bands off. That forbidden sentence acquired. Excellent. Let's see. Metal Storm. Understood that reference. Insert image of Captain America here. That's a bit too hard on the reference rather than having its own identity. Serviceable level. Perfectly serviceable rather than outstanding. I agree. Gimmick isn't quite pushed far enough for my taste, and the level seems over too soon. Yeah, it just seems to reuse a lot of the things from Metal Storm, and that's kind of it. It would actually do a couple more things from Mega Man that would go well with the gravity gimmick, then that would be perfect. The spikes shouldn't blend in with the rest of the back. They don't, though. Even the colorblind guy said that didn't have a problem with the spike graphics. There isn't much else to complain about other than I wish it had done more with the idea. I think the enemy that's only active and firing when you're in the same orientation as it lent itself to some of the more pleasurable segments. Boss has issues, long-winded, a bit simplistic, really needed to take more damage from the busters / weakness, or just had less health. Yeah, it takes way too long to get through. I like the hectic nature of it, but the fact that it's immune to damage during transitions is irritating. It would have been better if it was just the final phase. I honestly, I think that. You can eventually get the timing down, but it does cause the final phase to arbitrarily take longer than the rest. Health management more streamlined. This could have been a top tier boss. Shame. Tokens were sneaky, but not unreasonably so. I am 308. 308? I don't remember. Or maybe that was the character from Metal Storm. Hey, Crabbot, what you got? Firewall. No offense, but I refuse to appear in your little marine compendium. I don't want my data going public. Hey, me neither, buddy. You want something to catch? Look for something with an aquatic name. Something blue. Anything that ain't me. The Blue Bomber? The Blue Bomber of 87? Butagayo is like as far as you can get from standard tomatoes in food. Yeah, but it's... nah, I still can't do it. It's gross. Tacos of the weekend, they were filled with steak, cojita cheese, avocado, and cilantro. Thought they were... I would argue that's at least Mexican-American. If not just Mexican. But that's, you know, maybe some of my ignorance shining through there. I think that sounds good. Oh, wait, that was you that's saying that, Grim. Not... Anyways. Go to a Mexican food, snake quesadilla? Steak quesadilla with cheddar blend, spicy chipotle, and black olives. Olives. Well, I think we've talked about this before, but I can't stand those salt bombs. I'm working on using my core strength a lot using the equipment here, and by core strength, well, yeah, your CPU core. Duh. Gerard Stamp, ahead might be the strongest tier boss in this tournament. They won't pull in any punches, kid. And from here on out, the challenges keep getting tougher. Good luck. You'll need it. It's okay. I fought, I know who this is. I fought Punch Donkey before. I think... Hey, Wily stole my bike. I'm out to fight Iron Mike. Fast Joe, Little Mac. Very fun. I think what would be my go-to from Mexican food normally. Ooh, there was this really good place when I was in grad school. It was kind of a local chain. I won't quite say what it was. Oh, okay. Apparently, Punch Donkey's French. And they had like excellent like not chipotle, chorizo mango tacos, and like with onions and other stuff in there too. It was like a habanero mango type thing. It was the absolute bomb. I love that. And when I most recently made Mexican food, like at home here, I actually started using mango, like chopped up like mango bits to put in there. And I don't think I could ever go back, to be quite honest. The combination of fruit inside of Mexican food is absolutely slamming. I will not be able to return to what I was before. Je m'appelle Punch Donkey. Tout attends. Un blague de Mabagou ne sais pas. Something. Nope, I've lost it. None. I don't really speak French. I kind of lied on my resume. Pardon? I think this English though. We're good. C'est un jeu familial. Nous n'avons rien de tout celle-ci. Back to French. I could use Google Translate. Comment oses-tu penser ça? Ça les ressources de va t'arracher la tête. Vive la France. Okay, I could say that one again. Devin te chercher. $0. I apologize to all French people in the audience, and I give my compliments to the British person in my audience that I was able to make fun of French people for you. Oh god, this isn't the Punch Donkey that I know. This is slightly different. Okay, so I don't want to jump over him in this incarnation. Alright, I see what he's doing now. Whoop. Oh, okay. Oh, he's actually getting a super attack from his original incarnation. Nice. Is he gonna get a health refill? Oh shit, he is gonna get a health refill, isn't he? I see those 3 lights up there. Damn it. Alright. Let's see here. Although I have had what would be called best described as Mexican-American food, call me the happy burrito. Oh, that sounds good. Fattest burrito you've ever seen, filled with all the standard Mexican fillings, but then smashed an entire ham and cheese omelet into it? That sounds like it would be good. It does also sound like, you know, violently American. I'm not sure if it needs a ham and cheese omelet, you know, necessarily, but what is America if not doing things that you don't need to do, but sound good anyways? Oh god, I actually have to be on my A game for this one, huh? And I still messed up. Okay. Punch Donkey looks familiar. Yes, I have Mega Man Dawns, a game that I played only a little bit before starting the whole streaming thing here. I saw another VTuber play it, and I was like, you know what? I think I could play it better than her, and I had to play it. It also just looked fun. Oh god, the floor French attack is a little bit hard to dodge. Just like the original too. He's fucking hiding. Ils sont fous ces robots. Item Eddie bounce pad completed. Get your weapons ready. That's nice. Hey, shit, I'm number 3 in the world already. That's a pretty good place to start from. Why no baguette attack? I don't know. Oh, that's a face. That's certainly a face. Okay, all right, that's a little bit mean. Covering the air and ground at the same time. Okay, really? Right in the corner? I'm guessing I probably didn't want to go all the way in the corner. Fair enough. Or Italian or is he from Brooklyn? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he is from Brooklyn, but, you know, is Italian-American. It's complete, well, maybe sort of unrelated, but it is just so strange to me, just obviously being American, that, like, it is not something in Europe to actually differentiate, like, you know, your maybe like parents' ethnic heritage, or identify your parents' ethnic heritage also along the fact that, like, you know, you're living in whatever country. Like, yeah, everyone in America is, you know, they're going to identify as something like, oh, well, you know, Mexican-American, Italian-American, German-American, that kind of thing. But, like, the fact that that just doesn't happen in Europe or really anywhere else in the world is just so jarring for, you know, the American. Okay, I tried sliding there, but... Like my bullying of French people, I really like baguettes. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of, like, just bread on my own. Like, controversial take, but I don't think bread is, like, that as delicious as people claim it to be. Like, it's fine. Like, that's really about it. I don't know. For me, bread has always been a vehicle for delivering more tasty foods to my mouth. Call it the Italian peasant way of thinking, but, you know, I like to use bread for olive oil and Parmesan cheese delivery rather than, you know, actually eating bread. There's been very, very few times in my life where I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, like, this bread is delicious. Oh, the rubble can hurt me too. Wow, that's a pain in the ass. Love how your reasoning for playing this is just I must prove that I'm a better gamer than this VTuber. Look, you don't get to be you don't get to earn high degrees in universities without having a little bit of a competitive asshole streak within you. It is raised and fostered from the moment that you enter a technical high school. But I mean, you know, and more seriousness, like, the other reason was, like, this game does look dope. I so bet I could do it faster, and I'm honestly interested in doing it. Punch Donkey. That's the wrong way, sir. Damn it, still got me. Not giving Punch Donkey the respect he deserves. Mario's Italian-American, speaking as Italian-American. Yeah. We all have the hops. We could honestly all be basketball players, but, you know, we just choose not to. It's more fair for the rest of the world. You know, we also all enjoy mushrooms to an unhealthy extent. And, you know, whenever we see a fair maiden in pink, we can't help but, you know, jump into the situation to try and make things better. Oh, fucking... I am not a fan of this phase's attacks. Two, three, four, five. And the rubble still hits me. Fucking hell. It has another one? Come on! Oh, great, that phase. Yeah, I was fine with this boss up until third phase of Punch Donkey. This is getting a little ridiculous. It's creative, but it's also just like, you have to slog through a lot to get to that final phase, and then it's just chaos. It does kind of capture the essence of fighting Punch Donkey for the first time again, though. This is difficult, but also it doesn't feel impossible. I'm not feeling the absolute unbridled anger that I was fighting, you know, Wizard Man. Oh, goodbye, music. Hey, Mario, can I bother you? Ah, I was hoping that I could bother Mario and maybe interrupt this whole charade. Maybe I could cheat. Come on, and you put rubble up again there? Come on, dude. Easier than World Circuit and Tyson's Punch-Out. Yeah, I don't even want to touch Tyson's Punch-Out, to be completely honest. I've tried it just playing the game before, and, like, I'm pretty sure I died to Piston Honda 1 and couldn't get past that. I just don't have the capacity for a game like that. Fucking, come on. Okay, if he shakes his hands, then he's gonna go for the charge attack. I don't know what the hell he was doing there for that one. Okay, and now he stepped on me. What an asshole. And the rubble still gets me. Alright, fuck off. I'm starting to maybe get a little bit Magic Man tilted now. Revolution power. Well, he should bring out the guillotine instead, not the you know, mystery mage hands. I don't remember French having the power to summon, you know, flying boxing gloves and shoot, you know, weird wavy bullets the moment that they started aligning themselves with Robespierre. Oh, I should have been in the middle. Pumpernickel bread's alright. I mean, yeah, I've come around to rye pumpernickel swirl. I have it from, you know, my lunch, but I don't know. Overall, most of the time, it's just like bread just feels kind of mundane to me. I would rather have just about anything else. I even, no, I won't say entirely, but I even sort of outgrew the kid phase of loving, you know, garlic bread. It's not the most amazing thing in the world to me anymore. In the game that I just typed, that's alright. The support is appreciated. As I said on one stream when I was trying out the dragon ride in Tier 5 for the first time, just go ahead and be cringe on the internet. Who the hell cares? You know? It's good. God, and the boxes too? Come on, I just want to counterattack. Let me shut my brain off. Motherfucker. Guess the solution is I have to stay next to him for that attack. Alright, fine. But cheesy garlic bread, though? Yeah, cheesy garlic bread, very good. So at that point, I don't know, slap some meat on there and you basically have yourself a pizza. Might as well go the whole extra mile, you know? I can, although funny, I can definitely see the Ace Spark influence in the design of this fight. I know it's like it was programmed by Ace Spark, and I can. It's visible. All the like very tiny tells, the insane number of multiple phases to actually have to bother with here, like, is very 7 Force coded, although not in the way that I would enjoy it to be. French ripped off the Dutch's flag. Love my Dutch people in a friendly way. I guess you could say that. You could also say the Russians ripped off the flag as well. Oops. Okay, actually dodge this. Damn it! I almost had it that time. I thought it actually has to spawn the bullet behind me to make sure that that little cutscene actually works. What is a white pizza but just big cheesy garlic bread? Exactly. This attack is so annoying. It just puts you right in a bind and you really don't have anywhere to go. One, two, three, four, five, and then Eddie spawns right on top of me too. There's jank in this fight. I'm not loving this. I'm getting close to pulling out the weapons. I'm getting close to pulling out the shotgun and putting down this donkey where he belongs. Or maybe I should just cook a frog incorrectly. That'll probably make him explode. In anger. If that wasn't clear. Fuck, too early. Okay, come on. This fight demands perfection. Threaten my favorite Shrek character. No, not that donkey. Although if he starts to step to Mega Man 2, then I might have to, I might have to. One, two, three, four. Okay. And there's 3 jumps, and then he's gonna try to charge at me. And he's gonna do the French attack. Okay, I think we're actually going into the final phase of full health for once. Maybe we can do this. I should change the color slightly. Only just. The difference between one shade of blue and the other, it's very mundane. Difficult to... Fuck off with the trapping! I'm so sick of this character. And then he just steps on me too, motherfucker. I know I'm a PNG tuber. I'm not in defeat like most of the fan base is. Don't step on me. French shockwave attack here too. Come on. All right, there you go. Bastard. Better not have a fourth. Give me the fake out. Or no fake out. All right, perfect. Oh, give me that. Very, very well deserved. Damn. Aren't all his attacks the French attack? Yeah, but, you know, one is the Frenchiest. And therefore the most snooty. A certain notorious gang uses this gym as a hideout. Yeah, I've seen them. I don't know if they're exactly notorious. One of them's looking to earn some money for a new life, and they have a special card. Yes, yes, I already spent money on the black market Proto Man. Thank you. Like, this ladder wasn't always here, was it? Interesting. All right, well, sweet. That's tier 14 wrapped up. Now, we're on to the big boys. We're on to the final levels. It's time. The top 10. Top 10 Mega Man levels. Number 10, Glass Man. What grit, what determination. You are a true champion. Enjoy your visit to the top tier. I still get residuals from appearing in a popular simulation a while back, so I'm kinda obligated to be here. It's hard being the first. Braggadocious much? Costume you wearing? I didn't see it for sale at the costume shop. Did you bring it from home? Why, yes. Oh dear, that means we don't have your measurements on file. Some accessories here might not fit right. But it's fine, it's fine. Wearing a hat on your neck will be the next big fashion trend, I know it. I mean, wearing hats incorrectly is exactly what made Star Wars Lego so fun. Or Lego Star Wars so fun. Running around with Chewbacca and having a half-fitting Stormtrooper helmet on made my childhood. Super Danny. I remember you from something. You guessed it, this is an express ride to first place. You gotta check out the other simulations too, they're all awesome. Well, I don't need an express ride to first. We can go back. What I do need to do is talk to Goalkeeper over here though. Why did the payroll department ask me to keep track of who we hired as tier bosses? Shouldn't they know I'm out here looking for tier boss teleporters, but this tier doesn't even have one. Heck, I can't even tell who is a tier boss when there is a teleporter. I'm going to just make up names. Well, it seems that everybody kind of sorted themselves out anyway, so don't worry about it. Space Crow. Space is dangerous. You can't... Space Crow. Not to be confused with Crow from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Space is dangerous. You can't breathe in space. That's why I wear a helmet. Wait, are you wearing a space-grade helmet? Can't tell, but we can't take any chances. Come try my helmet on. Nothing will do you wrong. Sweet. I now have a circle around my face. Call it a YouTube thumbnail. Top 10 Mega Man levels. Number 1, Burger King Foot Lettuce Man. Unfortunately, that was number 15. You missed that back in the gym. And the foot fungus is appropriate considering the athlete's foot that was back there. Like, P.U. Forgotten Factory by Time Link. I recognize that name, too. A Spark Silver favorite. Alright. Maybe not the highest vote of confidence, but... considering Ace Spark opinions being what they are sometimes. Loud music. Let's turn that down a little bit, and no one has to be any the wiser. Let's see. Kind of a dull starting room. Just a bunch of Mets. But, you know, sure, we're introducing ourselves to what's happening here. Switches I actually have to touch. That's nice. I enjoy that a little bit more than just switches to shoot. Geometry Dash Man? Is that what this is going on, or? The name of I'm guessing you accidentally hit the enter key there. I'll give you a second. You can recover. Stripe? Hey Grim, you're the walking encyclopedia for this game. Have we seen somebody play somebody called Strife? I don't quite remember. It sounds kind of familiar, but Strife is also just a word, like trash. I mean, who names himself after a word, right? No? No Strife submissions this game. I see. Well, there's your answers, Herder. Unfortunately, no. Okay, this is a cool little tower to climb up. Not nearly as frustrating as the one in Worthless Man. so far the enemies aren't really doing much. They're just kind of cannon fodder. All right, this is a good mix-up from that expectation. Still very easy, but, you know, it's something. Also not sure I'm a huge fan of the music here. I mean, it sounds good, but it is also distinctly very not Mega Man. That's cool, though, to make me actually have to go back to that Switch. I enjoy that. Ouch. Strife is the guy who made Freedom Planet. Oh! Oh, that's why that kind of sounds familiar then in game development terms. Shit. I bet he would make a pretty fucking awesome Mega Man level then, considering how well he understands game design and how the Sonic games are flawed and can be improved. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The stage has all of a sudden decided it is no longer playing around and it wants to actually give you something crazy to do. Alright, and then I guess we can go up here. That seems like the logical side path. Okay, that is the challenge there. Alright. Getting top 10 in MaGMML3 and 48 hour. You know so much stuff. You are admittedly much more in tune with, oh, I fucking choked at the end, with all the MaGMML trivia and lore and everyone behind it. I'm still mostly a spectator. I play the game, and that's my claim to fame. Fuck, that token has a much larger hitbox than it looks. Then again, it is spinning constantly, so it's kind of understandable that I have a poor impression of its hitbox. As well, she's the best. Nice. Yeah, Freedom Planet is awesome as a game. It fixes everything that I find wrong with Sonic, like the fact that Sonic games encourage you to go at insane speeds and then also like severely punish you for getting hit is just wild to me. Like, come on. Don't make me have contact damage. Of all games, why would you give me contact damage in a Sonic game? Make it so that way I actually have to get hit by an explicit attack. That fixes so many of the problems with playing Sonic for the very first time. Oh, okay, I'm guessing these guys change things around. Alright, cool. I might as well get the bolts while I'm here. Launch and shuttle. Oh, yeah. That's right. Why are these spikes here? Those feel out of place. There's no one's going to jump into those spikes. Oh, aw, fuck. I didn't actually expect to make that. Damn. For Sky Fortress theme stages. Oh, go to sleep. Sorry, I didn't see you there, Cool S, but yep. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you're still here to hear the message. I have been meaning to replay Freedom Planet one day. Not only just for, like, you know, reorienting myself with the main story. But also, or the main character, but also to play, you know, the other, oh, that's kind of a problem if the controller indicator gets in the way there. But also to play the other characters as well. This sounds bad. I don't remember the character's name. Or wait, no. Lilac. Lilac's the dragon. Cool design. Very cute. And then the cat, I don't remember the cat's name, but I do mean to play the cat and the dog's stories at some point. So one day we'll get back to it. And then also the fact that, you know, Freedom Planet 2 exists is like, well, shit, I have to play this. I can't believe I haven't played this yet. Again, hello, welcome. We're currently, we just broke into the top tier of this game. We are now playing the the Judge Ace Sparks' favorite, second favorite level in the competition. And we have a cool gimmick of flipping between, flipping between red and blue blocks by going past a switch. Not the most original gimmick idea in the world, but it's effective, and it's doing good things with its enemies. We're also talking about Freedom Planet and how cool of a game that is. Oh, yep, okay. By the time I understood what was going on there, that got me. Carol T, yep, there you go. Amelia Bassett the Hound. Oh, I get the dog joke now. I think at the time I played Freedom Planet, I didn't know that Basset Hounds were like a breed of dog. I feel silly now. Oh, give me the capsule. I must have the Gachapon capsule. Oh, I needed to wait for the thing to come by. Okay. And then going forward, John Romero enters and gets 5th place. That would be pretty funny. And someone's already made perfect music for him too. I've heard a at Doom's Gate cover in the Mega Man sound font recently, and you know, it's pretty good. Not knocking my socks off, but it's pretty good. So, you know, I could see someone making, you know, I could see John Romero making Doom-themed Mega Man and calling it a day, getting amazing placement. Especially with the right judges, with the right mix of nostalgia. Okay, level goes quiet all of a sudden. That's not scary. Oh, level shakes. That's not scary. Alright, now we're at the quick thinking stage. Alright, I was honestly a little bit skeptical that this level was going to do something really special with just a simple switching gimmick like this, but this is actually really cool. It is making the most out of something extremely simple. Also, CX6 meme, this is how you make a really cool vertical segment with switching, and with switches. Totally not like that level was completely trying to, you know, serious or anything. What do you mean? What do you mean X6 meme was a joke? No way that's true. And no boss at the end. I'm still always disappointed by there not being a boss at the end, but, you know, I can understand. That was a pretty suitable climax overall without one. This plushie brings to mind the old adage, what came first, the pole or the egg? That's a pretty rude way to refer to the Polish. I don't think they came from eggs. Anyways, Forgotten Factory. So, fun level, as I was just praising at the end, did good with the gimmick. I didn't expect it to really go all that far. I would have preferred maybe a more interesting enemy selection. The enemies were suitable towards the latter half of the stage, but were painfully easy in the first half. And honestly, they didn't offer very much on their own. Only in combination with... only in combination with the gimmicks were they really ever, like going to actually hit you. Outside of that, it really wasn't anything special there for the enemy selection. I'm disappointed in there being a lack of a boss, and maybe the music selection wasn't great for me, but overall, very good. I think there's probably a couple of tier 13 levels, or tier 14 levels I probably enjoyed more. I can't really put my finger on them right now, but it's good. It's definitely memorable with its gimmick usage. I think I might like Guitar Man stage a little bit more, but this is good enough. We'll be out there already. We have a Doom mapper in the entrance already. Possibly 2 if the bucket in this contest is the same as the bucket from Doom World. No, that wouldn't be unfeasible. We could totally have more Doom stuff in here. Surprised there isn't already, honestly. Doom has a wide variety of enemies that you could use to, you know, translate directly into the Mega Man set. Sure, their sprites would kind of look like garbage, but, you know, without some, you know, manual labor, if you just directly translated them over, but you could do it. Poem was French, would it be spelled purely? We left the French back at the previous tier boss. We don't need to talk about them again. Don't want to spend a whole day playing the game. Don't play through the true final arena. area after the Wily stage. It takes a very long time. Yeah, we kind of talked about the Neo Pit of Pits. I'm probably not going to do full on that. I do want to kind of move on to other projects sooner rather than later. But, you know, we'll play until I feel satisfied with what we've accomplished. I wasn't expecting much from my first impression, but this level pleasantly surprised me. Most of this is owed to the main gimmick. Reminds me a lot of Colorman.exe's dungeon, which is a Battle Network fan I consider appealing. Huh. Yeah, I guess that is true. Colorman's not a character I think of much from there, but he does, you know, do a lot of the red and... He literally does have the red and blue switches, and I almost think that's exactly where they got the inspiration from this from. But it has a beautiful execution that lends itself to fun sections. The token puzzle and searchy scenarios are a highlight, putting an excellent twist on an already solid gimmick. Final climax is very good. Yeah, it's probably the best you can do without needing a boss. I still would like one, but still. At least something to shoot at. This level didn't have enough shooty blasty for me. I need shooty blasty. New streamer discovered. Hello, welcome. I am Crash Icarus. I'm a PNG tuber. I play at a Mega Man, and other things as well. I don't really have lore at the moment, but whenever I actually get around to making a real VTuber model, I will, if that's something you care about. But right now, I encourage you to participate, enjoy the stream, and you know, we talk about stupid shit here. So go wild. That's a fine example. Okay, unfortunately, when the level isn't leveraging its gimmick, it falls short. For starters, the non-gimmick sections tend to be boring. Yeah, I gotta agree. Mets and Gears are... Oops. The Mets and Gears... uh-oh. Lost my place. Mets and Gears on their own are, in fact, fine, but they are... yeah, on their own, they're just kind of there. Just cannon fodder. The tall room with the electric gabiole really doesn't flow well. The concept's alright, but in practice, you can't see the electric one unless it's firing. Yeah, it does get annoying to track it and avoid it, but I think it's, you know, actually makes for a fun screen at the very least. Red color blocks against a red background is an outright aesthetic problem. When the blue ones are active, the red can be hard to see. Yeah, the red blending directly in with the Metal Man backgrounds. Not great. This killed me at least once, even after playing the level multiple times. Still, despite the issues, it's a fun little level. Wouldn't call it a favorite anytime soon. Ooh, throwing a little shade there, huh? And nah, not really. But it's a solid piece of work regardless. Neo Pit of Pits and True Arena you can apply gloss over for streaming, plus you'll definitely need to chug tanks for the True Arena. Ugh, did you not see me stubbornly fight Punch Donkey without using tanks or weapons? I think I'll give it a shot. Certain that it's not the Pit of Pits, the true final area, the true final boss, Pink doing it for hours. I guess, maybe, then, well, I don't know. We'll see. Basically resigned myself to just getting it over with regards to tank usage. Vacant avatar alone validated that thought process. Alright. Less is more. I can think that's the main lesson we can all take away from the stage. It focuses on one basic mechanic, just runs with it. Doesn't do anything super crazy per se, but doesn't make it less effective. Level design's top notch. Every room and platforming challenge feels like a natural selection of the last, or extension of the last. Used for the Switch gimmick are built up. Puzzle stage, most things are straightforward and go by pretty quick. Your funeral, pal. Yeah, we'll see how my mood is when we get there. More of a light puzzle stage instead. Either way, you're fine with it, because it does do it well. Less time messing around if you die. Don't get killed, you just block the block from coming through, that's good. A lot of well-designed engaging enemies in the stage, including the optional token room. It's only one. Yeah, you could definitely get more tokens out of it, but I guess it's better than the gimmick overstaying its welcome. Long vertical room with the electric gabiole. It's not necessarily a bad use of the enemy. Yeah, it is hectic when you can't keep track of it. It is a slight demerit I can put against the stage. Final section made up for it though and serves a pretty good climax in lieu of a traditional boss fight, although I did encounter a small bug as the music for the final climb didn't play after I died and retried it. Also, the music just kind of stops when you... Oh no, wait, no, that was Punch Donkey. Never mind. It didn't ruin my fun with the final stretch. It's a solid end to an equally solid level. I forgore Skull. That's a unique take on the toggle block gimmick. Stage makes good use of it. Like the scanner robots that toggle the blocks, and I guess the fact that you have to interact with them is a pretty good way of conveying the gimmick. Checkpoints are also plentiful. A neat way of making the token gravity based. True. for that timing challenge, though it can get a bit annoyingly strict sometimes. Yeah, but that definitely is due to the fact that the token rotates and looks thinner than it actually is. Really like the auto-scrolling at the end of serving stage's climax. Pushes the player to test on manipulating the switching gimmick while under time pressure, even down to including the scanner enemies. Well, you can dodge them pretty easily, so it's not that big of a challenge there. Yeah, the climb did end a little bit too soon. Only real unfortunate thing about this entry is the name. It's about as generic and forgettable as it can be. Yeah, I couldn't remember it in the middle of the stage. I was trying to reference it when I was explaining to not cool person what's going on here, but I couldn't remember. Factory aesthetics are done well. Mechanical tile set's good. There's a lot of post-game left to do before that, so it'll be a while before we can attempt the true arena. I'll be playing this game until fucking next May at this rate, I'll be completely honest. We might have to find time. We might have to do a marathon one day. But then again, if I do a marathon, it's not like, I can ask everybody to be here 5 nights a week, so whatever. It'll be done when it's done, and we like that. Live in Deutschland. Oh, nice. We have another European in the chat. Awesome. Well, there was a British person here a while ago, but I guess you can fill in. You'll do. Chat's very diverse ethnicity-wise. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it brings all walks of life of people here, I guess. Maybe because I set all of my videos to English, not English parentheses United States in the YouTube settings. Maybe that has to do with something. Although the level starts off slowly and stumbles a few times, it's enjoyable. Superb music, dev kit enemies, alliterative level name. Bring Donkey Kong Country returns to the realm of Mega Man. Gently animated titles help create the right atmosphere without the need for a custom tile set. Switch puzzles are intuitive, diverse, and satisfyingly brain-bendy, and I like the use of search as a switch. Token screen and the entire adjoining area are fun. It's easy enough for my colorblind eyes to tell the platforms apart, but I feel like the visual experience between on and off isn't quite stark enough. Well, the colorblind judge weighs in. But I do agree, though. I might have liked the Switch sprite to look like it's attached to the background instead of just floating in the air. Power-ups are plentiful, but not entirely in the most helpful places. Straightforward metal challenges could have been cut. Yeah, the enemies are very non-threatening there. The top of the screen, the long horizontal section, maybe to discourage rush jet use. Two-way horizontal screen transitions serve no purpose. The weakest section is the one with the continuous vertical scrolling. The entrance is almost soft block proof. Red switch platforms might as well be regular floors. I'm not a fan of ornamental spikes that pull focus from what the challenge is actually about. Strongest section, despite a severe oversight involving rush bike at the beginning. No one's going to use rush bike, Flashman. That doesn't exist in this game. This is a surprise scramble at the end. It's a perfectly paced culmination of key things, and audio cues make for good stuff. Yes, I agree. English is rusty because it's not my first language. Oh, you speak English already better than I would be speaking Italian if I went into an Italian chat. Ricordo solamente un po' d'italiano quando learned. Ho studiato al liceo un anno all'università. 4 years in high school, one in university. I only remember a little bit from that, but that's basically the only thing very few things I can say because I practice a couple of phrases in my mind. Improvising Italian? That would be tough. I've seen switch blocks in different games. Think it's one of the best ones you've ever seen. Wondering how you could use contact-based switch blocks in an original way, and yet you did. The laser focus level was the gimmick, the enemy selection being used to its fullest, the checkpoint placement is good, difficulty progression perfect. More interesting as the level went on, surprised me fairly often. One token was a great timing challenge, and then you can also easily reset it. Let's see, there's no real theme, it's aesthetically generic. Yeah, definitely it is. It could have used a bit more of that. They do not exist if they would appear on top of the player. It's possible to get yourself stuck. Shunting the player out of the blocks. Yeah, we have enough jank around here. We can't quite we can't introduce more jank. Probably have taken a while to implement. I suppose the only real way to make sure that it doesn't mess up would be to set up the shunt direction manually. Yeah, gross. Finally, this level proves that you do not always need to end on a boss fight. Fast-paced timing challenge is ideal. proves to be a complete test of the player's abilities that they had been building up the entire time. Music here is an excellent choice. Yeah, the main level theme was a little dull. Stage is great, just a really tightly designed level. For the gameplay perspective, I think it's just super impressive. I personally think it could use more enemy challenge, but I liked it. It was better than some of the other things. Alright, more dialogue. That's all. Y'all are paranoid. People love us. Why else would our kind show up in so many simulations? Besides, we're variants. Can't well be unpopular if we don't get used enough to be annoying. I don't know, Crash. What do you reckon? Should I listen to these two and give up my hat? What? No, don't give up your hat. Your hat is beautiful. Quit belly aching and let's find an empty hallway to clog. At least try living in a corner like this, out of everyone's way, where no one wants to go. Oh, Machine Gun Joe, are you okay? That doesn't sound like a healthy mindset you're in there, bro. Please, I don't want us to be known as the terrible trio anymore. It's not too late to give up your shielded ways. Yeah, well, you don't really look too good for giving up the shield, so... Oh, God, it's fucked up that they're doing that to you, though, but, you know, fuck it, it's your life. Man, those poor schmucks, they're really gonna throw away their whole identity and protection. I mean, those three robots over there? You know them? No. They have my sympathies, but that's about it. What would an up and down like me have in common with a Met, a shield attacker, or a Sniper Joe anyways? Pretty sure that's a Metal DX. Oh, okay, my point still stands, okay? Man, being pedantic with all this stuff. Calling it now 7th place is going to be Crash's favorite of the whole contest. Ooh, I'm excited. We'll begin to that next stream, but that'll be good. Trying to learn Japanese. Well, that's an admirable thing to try to do. Maybe learning Japanese would have been good if I knew that I wanted to do this kind of thing as a hobby, but VTubers and PNG tubers and stuff didn't exist, like, until 5 years after I was, in high school, so... I instead took Italian. I went for the other ethnic heritage that I have as, you know, an American mutt. And so I went Italian instead of Japanese. I do have a little bit of that in me, but I know none. And my dad isn't exactly... My dad is half Japanese, but he doesn't... He was part of the generation that was raised very American, so he doesn't know any of that native tongue. Get Wild, Get Wet by C-Sketch. Hey, another name I recognize. Wow, who would have known? The recognizable names end up making the best levels. Sign. Ooh, that's wonderfully ZX themed. Welcome to Adrenaline Park, only the coolest and most tubular mountainside water park in the country. There's more to this sign, but you can't really read it, as it's covered by notes from angry parents and citizens complaining about how unsafe the park is. Man, safety? What do these people think they are? Safety officers? I could never. For the new people in chat, I am actually I do actually work in lab safety in the real world. As my model may indicate... It? Oh, no. Indicator. As my model may indicate, I am into, chemistry. I am a chemist by, my background, and, I have chosen to, you know... I have a career path in that. I do lab safety stuff for a living, so... Funny, haha, had to explain the joke and ruined everything. Had to check that was a pit, too. Yeah, it does go pretty crazy out of context. But I think we've also had another level that was just called Wet, so... I think that, I don't know, maybe that one's a little bit worse. Also, speaking of kind of rough... Good God, the aesthetics in this level are so far not great. Why the Woodman tiles? Why the Yamato Man background? It kind of fits with the blue piping stuff here, but it, I guess we're kind of going for like a, you know, like a Coco Cabana kind of look here, but I'm not so sure that it works. I'm not a fan of how the levels, at least tile set, is looking so far. Everything else about the aesthetics is nice, from the, you know, water park workers to the beach ball dispensers. Although I do wonder why does this park have a missile dispensing robot? I don't think that that's something that patrons, like, come to a water park for to get bombed. Ah, I thought this sounded like Sonic music. And now it is. It's Sonic Colors. Sweet. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. As an East Coaster, absolutely enthralled by the fact that somebody made an action park stage. Oh, this is referencing a real thing out on this side of the country. Been there once after it was made much safer. Is there a story behind this water park? I can't believe I just died like that. Is there a notorious story behind Action Park? I don't remember it. If it happened, if something happened, it was probably when I was way too young and living in the Midwest. Therefore, it would not have been relevant to me whatsoever. Music is nice. Yeah, it definitely is. I enjoy me some Sonic music, even if Sonic games aren't necessarily my favorite thing in the world. Although, you know, I think Sonic Frontiers was honestly a really good foray, a return to form. But a return to form without being, like, just playing it too safe. Okay, that's obnoxious. Timed? Timing. I do need to actually play Sonic Frontiers again at some point. I played it before they released, like, the, you know, the game redefining patch where you just end on a stupid shoot-'em-up final boss fight. And, like, it's the power of friendship that saves Sonic, and the game was, like, super easy. I definitely want to replay it again. To just actually experience, like, the true Metal Gear Revengeance moments from that game. Actually have to, you know, use some skill to get through the bosses and stuff. Oop. I don't like the way the jet ski got implemented in this game. Most of the time, I'm just, like... I don't feel like I have very much control over where I'm going. I suppose that's part of the point, but it also, like, Mega Man 5, you could pretty easily back up. Here, you can back up at the speed of a snail. Alright, I guess the aesthetics are... I'm warming up to them as I go on with the stage here. I was not really a fan of the Woodman aesthetics when there was just a big mountain in the background. Just felt a little off. Okay, it seems I'm destroying stuff. Ow. Right. And this is nice. Extra Park is basically the water park equivalent of Edge. You might die, but that's part of the thrill. The Wikipedia page for it has an entire section dedicated to fatalities, just so you know. Oh my god. Yeah, no, fuck off. The only, I think I've only really been to 2 amusement parks in my life, really. I mean, 3 or 4 if you count Universal Studios and Disneyland, but I really don't. They're mostly, you know, 3D experience type things rather than, like, actual, you know, adrenaline pumping action going on. I've been to Universal, Disneyland, which are my least favorites, and then I've also been to, because it was in my area, living in the Chicagoland area as a child, I went to Six Flags Great America quite a lot. Oh, that actually does crush me. I've been to, as well, I also went to Kings Island once, which was fun, but I was also kind of older at that point, so it wasn't, you know, like, it wasn't the best thing ever, because I was, you know, in my teen years. It was like, it's okay. I'm in an amusing park, normal park, but not one of the amusing kind. Well, come to America if you ever can. I'm sure there's like billions out here. We just build them wherever there's a big grassy plain. Yeah, fuck it. Bulldoze the nature. Just put an amusement park there. Add a couple of parking lots that charge you $80 to park there for the day, and you're good. Actually, wait, shit. Now I'm thinking about it. It was like $80 to park at these amusement parks when I was a kid. It's probably like $200 now to park at any of these damn places. Actually, don't go to the amusement park. It's not worth it. Oh, this is a cool little set piece. Whee! Nice. that British Bobby could tag team you with the European power. Oh no, not European power. I also just fought a French guy in this game too. I don't need more. My fellow Italian-American East Coaster, you're gonna have to back me up here, Grim. Sounds like we're gonna have, you know, another world war here soon. But at least this time it'll be fun and Mega Man themed. Okay, sure. If you don't know how to tap A, fuck you, I guess. Damn. That's a bit mean of a segment to do there. Oh my god, okay. Not a fan of the wave bike segments. Kind of annoying. Alright. Come on, gimmicky Mega Man 10 knowledge. Don't prove me wrong. Oh, damn it. I wanted there to be like a Yashichi in there. I needed the health boost. France. Yeah, France indeed. Nobody benefits when the word France is mentioned. Come to Action Park. Only 6 people have died. You should be fine. Statistically, you know, it depends on whether you believe in the gambler's phylactery or not, you know? You might think that you're due, or you might think that, you know, everything's gonna be fine. Adrenal Man. You look interesting. That's 2 inner tubes and a orange suit. Okay. Yo, Crash, how are you enjoying this awesome day at Adrenaline Park? Totally tubular, right? Why are you dropping bombs on my head in this fucking park, dude? Adrenaline Park has not been compromised. It's been running just fine. Business as usual. I'm shocked you'd call this park unsafe. Well, there's robots dropping missiles. See? Your beach ball holders have assaulted me numerous times, and your bumper boats have very little leg space. I think this park breaks all the safety laws on the planet. What? As Adrenaline Park's mascot and public relations director, I have absolutely no bias when I say Adrenaline Park is the safest water park on the planet. I'd bet my life on that fact. And apparently you'd bet my life, too. Oh, well. This is the Adrenaline Park. If you are hearing this pre-recorded message, then it means we never hoped, but honestly always expected has come to pass. Adrenaline Park is finally crumbling to the ground. We recommend all guests who want to escape as fast as possible, and if they make it home safe, visit our digital merch store. Adrenaline Park staff, signing off. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Oh hey, well this part's not exploding. This is pretty pleasant. Adrenaline Park wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for the smiles of its customers, but the smiles of the customers wouldn't be what they are if it weren't for the people behind our attractions. Boy, for that we can thank engineers, Phazon Mother Brain, Snorin Pyro, Solifant, NaOH, and Sariza, as well as our lovely ride artist, Kresh. You spelled it? No, it's not me. Mini Macro, Roxcon, Noise, Guydross, 0v1, and Karakato. Adrenaline Park wouldn't be what it is today if it weren't for all of your efforts combined. Thanks for helping make this dream a reality. Falaki. Yeah, that's the right way to pronounce it, don't you know? It's my kind, yeah. The Germans and the French don't exactly get along. Oh god, those things, I thought those things would fall off. Alright, well I'm glad the explosions are aesthetic. A lesser game would have made this, the explosions actually, you know, damaging. Although it is, why is the sky exploding over there? Is the air just laced with nitroglycerin too? Okay, this is at least, I think this is a more fitting non-boss climax than the previous stage at the very least. Lasting for a long time, it's fairly difficult, it's got good energy to it. Oh, okay. Yay, we escaped Adrenaline Park. Can't miss the sign. In loving memory of Adrenal Man, 1978 to 2018. He was a robot that brought happiness to many, beloved by children and remembered by adults. He will always be in our hearts, and in our official Adrenaline Park gift shop merchandise trademark. Well, at least he didn't have to see the pandemic. Stop making those jokes. No one can stop me. Government breaks into house. That's not what I meant. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's nifty. A plush with the unwavering bond between two brothers, separated from cyberspace and reality, but always connected. Ooh, a 5-star one, too. We got an S-rank pull, boys. Crash Icarus, yeah. It's very clever. You might call it a clever ruse. Alright, so. I don't think I like that quite as much as the previous stage. I think, even for the previous stage not being one of my absolute favorites so far, I think I like the previous one a little bit more. This one had better usage of enemies and its core gimmick of the depressing water platforms. Music was also really good. The aesthetics felt a little off for a while. They took a bit to feel just right. Maybe a little bit better of blending between the wood and the machine would have the wood tiles and the machine tiles would have done some good. I'm not a fan of the jet bike in this entire just game engine. It doesn't work the way I expect it to for Mega Man 5. So that's a bit of a problem for me. I still like a boss to fight at the end, though I think that maybe this ending was a bit more satisfactory than the previous one. So, I don't know. Feeling a strong to light 8 on this one. Yeah, I don't know. I guess those are my opinions of the level. Otherwise, I mean, it was definitely pretty fun. I wouldn't say no to this level if I saw it in a fan game on its own for Adrenaline Man. And the Adrenaline Park theming is nice for those that get the reference. Generally, before you log off for the night, you gotta Google the Cannonball Loop Slide. I'm guessing that's from Adrenaline Park. Or from Action Park. I guess I'll take a look at that. You see a ridiculously unsafe water park. I see a Mega Man level. I guess they're the same thing. We are not the same, Mick. Still, this was quite fun. I generally enjoyed the enemy selection, not just for the top-notch theming, but also for their application. Turning the shield attackers into surfboards was cool. Cannon Peller hats were just plain cute. Rider Joe works really well as a boat enemy and as a stationary turret. And buoy spines are a neat concept for water sections. It actually is pretty cool to put a spine on the water. I'm surprised that that Capcom never thought to put a spine on the water. A robot from the sky. These are combined with some awesome gimmicks. The geyser platforms are intuitive, the scenarios are well designed, fun to play with. On the other hand, the bumper boats are some of the best jet bike sections I've seen in a while. We're off to a wonderful start. That being said, this place has more problems than just OSHA compliance. My main issue is the spiders. They're the one time where I felt the theming seriously faltered. Yeah, that is kind of strange. On the lesser end, I found the geyser gimmick had consistency issues. I noticed that there's some indicators in the walls showing where the geysers are supposed to stop. However, this isn't always accurate. Only one of them actually impaled me. While I appreciate not getting skewered, I appreciate consistency more. Yeah, I never saw the indicators, so I was kind of just, it was a crapshoot for me every time. I kind of got they rose to a specific height each time, but that was about all. There are absolutely Polish issues, no, Polish issues to look into. These are not severe flaws. Overall, I just generally adored this level, especially the Robot Master. Adrenal Man was a wonderful... wait, what do you mean there isn't a boss fight? Not gonna lie, you got me good with that. I was so sure we'd be getting an actual fight, but then continuity killed him, and we got an escape sequence instead. Speaking as someone who adores a good boss fight, this is how you make the climax without one. Not only does it feel super tense and frantic, it also brings back pretty much everything you've already dealt with for one final send-off. Perhaps it's a bit too interested in the odd cheap shot, but taking a few surprise nicks in the endgame is a more polished problem than a severe issue. Dramatic, unique, frantic, and fun. Level anyways. That was my top favorite, but goes so far. Good lord. Good for me to be awake right now, so I'll probably go... Shuss. I probably pronounced that wrong. But yeah, no, thanks for coming. You feel like coming around again, I'm streaming more MaGMML tomorrow at the same time, and I'm also doing a little NES game called Sweet Home I'm running through on Thursdays, so feel free to drop by again. Probably the most infinite ride at Action Park. Gotcha. We thought this was a good idea posting, only for a month before we shot down. That's starting to sound more familiar as you're describing it. I think maybe I recognize it. The iconic Polish polish. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Avoidberg. I know who you are. Another friend of mine, coming in to say hi. Can't say anything for the other judges, but your none too subtle references to Action Park weren't lost on me. Then again, it's not my job to judge the quality of your references. Actually, yeah, hold on. Avoidberg, get Eris in here. Get Pig Serpent in here. She'll know what to, she'll know about Action Park and appreciate this. It's not my job to judge the quality of your references, so how does the stage itself hold up? Well, despite it being such a dangerous place, had a lot of fun with it. Almost everything here is really well thought out, from the platforming challenges to the general theming. The geyser platforms are simple, but fun gimmick that sees some decent variety in how they're used. The block room in particular stands out among these to the point where I would have loved to have seen more setups with it. I love how the enemies have been changed to more suitably fit the theming. Speaking of which, I ran into a few problems with the boats sinking below the water tiles. Not a huge issue that breaks those sections, but it's still noticeable. Design can get iffy with enemy placements. Managed to knock me into a pit a few times. Wasn't really a fan of the first token room, mainly thanks to how tight the space the Gabriels are packed into. Timing the geysers to get past them unscathed felt like more trouble than it was worth. Yeah, I also felt like I noticed that. It was kind of not super great. Yeah, minor issues, just a small token challenge room. It's okay. As for the ending, while I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to fight Adrenal Man himself, the whole joke is executed so well I honestly can't fault the level for it. And it has a good climax to substitute in for it. So, yeah, no, nice. Un momento before. You didn't actually have to, but considering that I'm not going to be playing the stage again, but, you know. The employees were given $100 attested by management. One of them said the 100 was not enough cash to buy booze to drown out the memory of riding that thing. Yikes. Another employee mentioned that it is more of a ride you survive rather than have fun on. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea now, does it? They ruined it twice, and both times were shut down within days. Yeah, someone didn't stop to ask if they, someone didn't stop to ask if they even could, and then still didn't ask to think if they should. They did neither of the things that you should be doing. But you know what they did? They asked if they would, and they said yes. Strongest part of the stage is absolutely its aesthetics. It's super charming throughout. The reskins of the enemies are really cute, making it feel like a RM stage for a water park mascot. I like the occasional signs poking fun about the unsafe nature. Interaction with Adrenal Man is great. Water stream platform is simple, but effectively used. A defunct land vid on Action Park. Maybe that's why it also sounds familiar. Maybe I watched that. I don't really watch a lot of defunct land, because, I don't know, just it doesn't always appeal to me, but maybe I saw it there. The water stream platform is simple, but effectively used. Destructible blocks for the platform. A little bit of rude placement for the token. If you stay in the alcove for too long. Yeah, a little bit, but... The water ski on land, where you have to jump your way through, is an interesting way to change the dynamics of your typical ski section. I mean, I've seen it before, but, you know, it works well. Especially when auto-scroll is involved. Yeah, it definitely does, just with the jet ski physics in this game. It's rather hectic with the projectile spam in the later portion of the stage. And the mobility, yeah, it certainly does. Fake out the boss was funny, it's a shame we didn't get a fight. Ski serves fine as a finale, it missed an opportunity. Well, you know. Designing a character for it is one thing. Programming a boss for it is another. That's what we call it in New York and Jersey. This level's so much fun. I love the premise. The story unfolds with a sense of humor that's right up my alley. I appreciate the credits, which so often disrupt the atmosphere, are treated as part of the level universe. Can't help but smile when I hear the infectiously happy music. Oh, hello, Coolest. You're back. I'm currently just finishing up the judge comments here. Maybe I'll wrap things up with a game of solitaire now that I'm actually a little bit better at it. I like the boat sections. I especially like the geyser gift platform gimmicks, including the background subtly indicates how far the platforms will sink and rise. Great attention to detail. Oh yeah, Coolest. You missed a fellow European in the chat. There was a German guy in here not too long ago. You you might have to make an alliance against the Americans soon enough. But the level feels fangamey in many respects. Clunky architecture, inflated screen count, recycled tile sets. But nothing is too egregious. Load times are long. Well, that's got fixed. I don't mind that I can't quite tell what one or two of the otherwise really cute custom sprites are supposed to look like. I can forgive and even enjoy how ridiculous the boat sections are. Even if I proceed without bothering to get in the boat. Ooh, we have Mega Man 5 jank. We have actual Wave Man jank we can execute. I really want to see that, to be quite honest. As far as intended challenges go, my only significant critique is that the vertical puzzle box room be a little bit more intuitive. Otherwise, I like that quick reflexes and careful planning are equally viable strategies. Prove there being an escape sequence in lieu of a proper boss. Introductions are handled really well, challenge arcs are just the right length, and every enemy earns its paycheck, and generously distributed power-ups ensure you'll stay long enough to die in a platforming mishap instead of in light combat, just as God intended with the action park. Did you miss the fellow European? You know, you might be able to catch the guy again. He seemed excited to find a new streamer, so... Radical dude. Level had some great ideas, visuals, music, and overall fun. Stage got a lot of love, care, and attention. Reskin enemies are cute. Quite a bit of instant death, but checkpoints render it kind of bearable. Water spout is a very good gimmick. And makes for a lot of good setups. A lot of variety. I think the wave bike segment's occasionally brutal, not enough to knock it down. It's among the first levels I've played, and at the time I got the feeling I was going to run into the Combust Man gag from MaGMML3. And you sort of did, but not entirely. One time where this joke, where the boss is unexpectedly instant killed by something, landed. Alright, A-Spark, you just don't know how to have fun anymore. One time, let's go, Grandpa. Go ahead and sit in the chair. Back in my day, this joke used to be original, and now it's overdone. Yeah, okay. One time this joke landed, why didn't Combust Man land? Because I didn't see the jokes coming. They were surprised, but that joke is dead, buried, and not just pushing daisies, but also crushed into oil at this point. Okay, so even if the joke hadn't landed, you still had an actual climax and a fun one, too. Some points thrown in for good measure. Overall, favorite entries in the contest. Yeah, it was pretty good. Who are you? Psionic Man. You look like a weird combination of duo and other things. Trying so hard not to spoil the outcome of the tournament for everyone. I've seen how it unfolds. First there's Event Redacted, then you Action Redacted. But suddenly, Surprise Redacted. It's Adjective Redacted. I can't believe you die at the end. Alright, Spamton. Alright, let's go gambling to finish things up. Cannonball Loop also caused lacerations to people that wrote it, and eventually gave them 9 Gs of acceleration on the way down. Actually, okay, let's look that up before I do any gambling, before I forget to actually look it up. Okay, so, let's see. Cannonball Loop. Action Park. Images. Oh boy. That's it, huh? That's right there at the end. You save that image and pull it back up again real here quick. Where do I have the ability to pull up this image? Do I not have that one up here? I guess I don't. Browse, and then pull it up in the downloads. So is this what we were talking about? That's such a simple construction for something so horrifying. The fact that it's going to just shoot you out right there at the end after giving you a vertical loop like that. Yeah, no, I think if I didn't know its notoriety, I probably would be suckered into trying that and then extremely regretting it because it looks so simple and like it wouldn't be that bad. But that definitely, yeah. Avoidberg. Okay, Billy, time to go meet God. That's exactly what would happen. Oh my goodness. They found teeth embedded in the interior after they dismantled it. What the fuck? That thing has been cursed from the very beginning. Villain art because you missed the European. No, little British boy, don't go into the villain arc. The German will be back, I assure you. Yeah, provided you don't outright get stuck. Wait, stuck in the loop? If you got stuck in the loop, oh my god, that would be such deceleration. Like, that would be That would be death by concrete-induced deceleration trauma. Like, ooh, bad. Don't want to think about that. Well, I'm glad that even though my amusement parks felt like they were rickety and made out of garbage and nails, it wasn't actually nearly that unsafe, and I managed to live throughout my years. All right, let's see if Crash has actually gotten any better at solitaire since that one video. I'm pretty sure that I have. I know not to overplay stuff from the stack. I know that I should just put things up on top as soon as I can. It should be smoother, though I would say I probably only maybe have like a 1/3 win rate whenever I'm playing offline. So, genuinely, I would not bet that I would actually get this right. But who knows? We'll give it a shot. Okay, so currently we're fishing for. I don't really want a red vault. I got any of the low black odd cards that would help me out here. That works. Including that one. Okay, 5, 4, 6. Still looking for some of the low black cards. Man, not getting very lucky. I could put the vault down. I guess that'll let me move the 10. I should do that. Okay. Okay, I could do this and then move the 3. Oh, I could have just moved the 3. Damn it. They wanted to make another one called Sky Caliber that would literally encase you inside of a capsule and fire you down the slide like a bullet. I mean, I guess that would at least be a little bit better than just raw dogging that fucking slide without a casing. But like, damn. Yeah, Werner von Braun? Probably made that shit. Parody theme part from a cartoon or something. Yeah, you feel like it should have just been every like tubing and you know, plank on there should have just been Acme branded. It's cartoonishly dumb. It's from the sound of it. I just did, speaking of cartoonishly dumb, just did the same thing again. Put down a 5 when I didn't need to. Could have just freed it up without doing that. That's not going to help. I mean, it'll free up a slot for a 8. It's not worth it. We can come back and do that later. Queen, 6. No. The queen. 3. It's not going to help me move anything. 2. I can at least put that down. A vault. I don't have a black 10 to move yet, so we don't do that. Alright, I guess I could have used that black 9 to just free up things, put down the black king, it would have worked. Okay, well, we also have a 10 in there, so that might be able to help things. Okay, so let's get that black 9 again. That's probably going to be the most helpful thing. Move this, do this, play the black king, move the queen. 2. Nope. Alright. Well, still not helpful. Yay! That man singing Bumblebee. I mean, with all the talk of Germany we've had tonight, it's maybe not the most surprising thing you could see in your recommended. But that is a pretty good one. Or the absolute worst, depending on, you know, your opinion. See, Avoidberg, I need you here in the chat. You're the pun generator. Actually, wait, no, I don't need you in that chat for this reason. Can you imagine if he was here during the door fiasco? I don't need him making door puns in here. Get out! Alright, I guess time to make some plays. I want that red vault and I want to put it down. And we can go play that black 10. Let's go for it again, cycle our way around here. I can't believe that of all things, a Mega Man fan game is what kind of taught me the very basics of how to play solitaire. Never would have bothered trying at any other point in my life for any reason. Aside of the fact that this gives me marketable plushies. Okay, so there's no red 9 in here. Oh, wait, there was. Shit. Okay, hold on. Back up. Red 9, move the 8. That also doesn't help me. I'm pretty quickly completely ruining my moves to play here. This is getting bad. How many spare capsules you have? I think I traded a bunch of them in. I think I have like 15 or 16 again now. Still haven't found Tempura Man. I've been fishing for it, but basically getting everything but. Okay. Could use any 7. I think there was, yeah, okay. Do that. Hey, 7, nice. I think there was a red 6 in here. Yeah, that'll help. Move this over. Okay, I could use like some queens maybe. Like a king would be good too. Boy, this is already not looking so good. I guess I can move this back and move the 2 over. Oh wait, no, duh, wrong color. Never mind. Oh, but wait, I can move both of these down here. And then move the 2 over. And... oh wait, don't want to move that one. Want to move this one? I want to move the other. No, because I need this to free up some cards. Otherwise, I'm completely doomed. Just take the door. And escape the power of the door. Yes, I can. As long as if I just never mention the word door again, we never have to have any door puns ever again in this stream. 7, a 9, a 4. Uh-oh. Looks like we're losing again. I think I have another black king to play, so I can move the vault here. Okay. Cycle back to the red queen. Hey, an ace. All right, finally. We might actually be able to start cleaning things up a little bit. Although I don't see the red 2 anywhere. Oh, but I see a red 8. With 7. I need a red 6. Oh, Jiden. Yeah, that is pretty funny, honestly. That's comedy gold. And red 10 frees up a slot for a king. I hope I just did that. Okay, so if I do this and then move the 7 over, that's not gonna help me really do anything. I mean, I guess I could build downwards to try and get me a... 4. I mean, I don't really have much other choice now, do I? Boy, I hope there was another red 6 in here. Seven, 4. No. I can play the king. I don't think that's going to do much for me. 8. 6. No. All right. I think we might be doomed. That didn't take very long. Might as well, in case there's something I'm missing here, put these guys down. But then, yeah, there's no jack anywhere, so... oops. Well, that's about it. Unless there's something that someone else sees, I think we pretty much ended exactly how I thought it would go. Oh well. Can't win them all. Yeah, no, there's nothing nowhere I can really move any of these. Yeah, the aces were pretty buried on this one. That was kind of unfortunate. And then I'd made a few mistakes too. Like I played this red 5 when I didn't need to, so... oh well. Well, I'll end it right there then. So, ending on a loss. Thank you for attending tonight's MaGMML session. Unfortunately, we did not get to meet Rockhawk in the gym. He was just a little bit, didn't have enough clout to get invited, I suppose. But that's okay. We beat up a Frenchman, and I guess that, that works. So, I'll talk to people tomorrow. I'll talk to people on Thursday for Sweet Home, and hope you take it easy for the rest of the night. Have a good one. Bye.